Hi everybody. Today I'm going to share this triangle trifold card that I shared about a week or so ago on my blog, and I've had a few questions, particularly just kind of basic assembly and the scoring of the diagonal line. So I did provide directions. And this is kind of the questioning. Some people are wondering how to do that diagonal scoring line. So I thought what I'd do is show you how to do that, and I may just assemble the whole card this time. I have people who take my projects on a to-go basis, as well as some of my demonstrators long distance who like to get them as well. And so I thought I'd show a whole visual this time. So let's start off. In your packet you will get, this is a 12 by 4 piece of rich raspberry, and it will be already pre-scored at the 4 and 8 inch. And so what you want to do is you want to score the diagonal fold, and that's what I'm going to show you how to do here. So the most important thing for this particular card is that you want to get the diagonal going in the same direction for each of them. So what you're going to do, the easiest way is, this is a Fisker's paper trimmer, and I'm going to use the scoring blade. And what I like to do is start with one of my corners, and I line that up right on the cutting line. That there's a groove here. I'm going to line that up there. I like to put my finger there, and then I line up the other scoring, this 4-inch scoring line right on that. Oops, I moved a little bit. It's alright, fix it. And then I take my blade, and I kind of like to do what's called the Goldilocks Technique. Not too much pressure, but so it's kind of like the not too hard, not too soft, somewhere in the middle for your scoring pressure that you want to use. A lot of people want to just press really, really hard. But you'll tear your cardstock. So notice I'm just sliding this right over because I want that diagonal to go in that same direction. I'm going to hold down the corner. I'm going to bring across essentially what's going to be that 8-inch scored line. Go down and do it again. So there we go. And there you've got that. The two sides fold in like that. I'll take this away and bring this out a little bit so you can see it. So here you go, the two sides, that's that 4 and then the 8-inch one. And then these diagonal folds are going to fold away from you. Okay, and there's that one. And actually, this one will fold inwards like that. And that's how we get that fold. So I'm going to show you to decorate it real quick, so I'll be right back. Okay, so we're going to get started on the decorating of this card, and one thing I want to point out is the stamped images will not be included if you ordered a to-go packet. That's in accordance with the Stampin' Up! Policy. That's their copyright policy. So if you own the stamp set, great, you can use that. If you don't, just substitute something that is similar. Certainly if you want to get this, there's still time till the end of March 31st, to get Celebration stamp sets, which this is. It's vintage labels. It's free with a $50 order. Alright, so moving on, I want to do some sponging on this, and so I'm just going to take rich raspberry and a piece of a sponge. This is our stamping sponges, and of course you just you get them, and it's a regular round type of sponge, and you just cut them up into small little triangles, and I'm just using a flicking motion to add some color and texture around the edge of that. That's going to go in our center. I've also sponged these pieces as well, and this started out as a 3 3/4 inch square, and I used that same technique that I did with the scoring lines on our base. I just cut that in diagonal, and you can see I've sponged this as well. So we'll just add those to our base here. Okay, so I've got our centerpiece on, which was a 3 3/4 inch piece. I've got one of our diagonals on here, and I'm going to put the other one. And basically these are going in the opposite corners. The pieces that essentially, once it's folded, will be on the outside. So there we go. So that's how they fold in like that. Okay, And going to do some more sponging. This was made with the vintage label, stamped with rich raspberry, and it was punched out with the circle scallop punch. So I'm going to add that to this centerpiece, and these dimensions are all online for you. And actually, if you get the to-go packet, this will be already punched for you with the corner scalp trim punch and the border scalp trim punch. Alright, so this is actually our focal piece for the front of our card, but before that I'm going to put some of the beautiful wings embosslet. This will also be pre-die cut for you, and I've added some dimensionals on the back. And we'll just punch those out. One's going to go on the inside of your card, like that. And the other one is going to go on the front here. And I love dimensionals. I even use those edges that people like to throw away, but those are great for little pieces like that. So we'll put that on there. And okay, so now we're ready to put the whole thing together, and what I want to give you is a little tip here so that this appears like this when you open up the card, because it can get a little tricky when you go to fold it and add your embellishment on it. I actually want to put my adhesive just underneath this area is where I want to attach it. So I'm going to actually put a little X here because that's going to be covered up, and I'm going to put my dimensionals down here in this corner. Okay, so let's just make sure there we go. It's going to go here, and here's how I put them on. And there is a method to my madness here. Is you don't want to put them on the whole thing because this is the only corner you want it on. Once you close this all up, you want to be able to open it. And if you have it attached to both sides, then you won't be able to open it. Alright, so at this point what we want to do is we want to put our ribbon on. So here's the ribbon. It's 22 inches of old olive satin ribbon. And I'm actually going to tie a bow. I don't use a bow very often in card making. I use it a lot in my mini scrapbook albums, but in card making I usually just do a knot. So this is just like tying your shoe, and let's see if this will work on first time. Woohoo! Wow, look at that. Imagine that. If you're like me, I usually have to tie my bows a couple times. So what I want to do is I'm going to trim these into nice little ends, and I do that by folding this in half and going from the inner part of the ribbon to the outer part at an angle, and that's how you get a nice little finished tail. Do the same thing on this side. And there you go. Okay, so remember, that's where I said that my adhesive had to go. So I'm going to go ahead and get this ready to put on our card, and we'll have a finished card. Alright, and they're just going to line up that corner with this corner along these lines here. And now I'm going to untie my bow so you can see what it looks like. Alright, there you go. We'll give it an untie. Make sure that it opens up the way we thought it would. Yay! And there you go. There's our triangle trifold card. I hope you enjoy making that and stop by again. Alright, thanks.